conducted that search at or before 2:27 a.m. on January 29th?
There is a very unlikely possibility based on the fact that there is no evidence that the search occurred before that time. That's just like saying that the user searched for pandas at 2:27 a.m. Could you rule that out? I can't rule out something that doesn't exist.
The infamous 2:27 a.m. search. They say house long to die in the cold. And I don't believe that ever took place at 2:27 a.m. But I'm going to show you a bunch of clips. You can agree, disagree, and check out a sponsor of mine, Dataseal. If you haven't seen or noticed the crazies online, you want to protect your data because they will dox you. They'll come for you, your family, etc. They'll post you, everything. Your information is being sold by data brokers all the time. It's easy for anybody to look up your information using people search websites. They can find your home address, date of birth, email address, phone number. Dataseal.io is the data removal and monitoring service I trust to remove my information from the internet. Click the link below and use the code 5OFFALL to save 5% off your Dataseal subscription.
So if I was to delete record 3, that record number will never be reused, and I can see that there's a gap and deleted data in that database.
Wow.
When you say deleted records as far as your self-rights tool is concerned, what exactly does deleted mean?
These are records that have been deleted, not necessarily by the user, potentially by the system, but they are considered deleted records that we're able to recover.
And what he did too was like he showed, I think, the raw data over here of what was searched.
Thank you.
He literally just said if this was deleted,
I'm just handing you, Mr.
these
Whiffin,
numbers would be missing.
that?
Well, it wouldn't be.
I do, yes.
And what do you recognize?
It would be missing. It would be missing, those numbers.
It's a document that highlights.
He was saying this wouldn't have been chronological. The way this system is, it goes in chronological order. And if something's deleted, it would have been easy to tell because these numbers would be missing, is what I'm saying. So see how it goes 57, 58, 59, 60. If this search at 2:27 was actually deleted, this would not be here. This chronologically ordered number here at the end. History visit.
If I create a 12 o'clock tab, minimize Safari. I can leave it for several hours, for several days, for several weeks. The time difference is not really important. When I come back to it and open up Safari again from a background state, the timestamp is not updated. So it will still show 12 p.m. today, and it will show whatever my most recent navigational event is. So I can search for something in 3 weeks' time using the same tab I opened today, and the timestamp will show today's time. I was able to continue to read the various versions of the page that contained Hoss Long to Die in the Cold browser state record, and found that it existed at the same time as another record that was created at least 2 days later. Therefore, I can determine that that particular record was not deleted until at the earliest 10 p.m. on the 31st of January. And that it's not possible that the user could have created or caused that deletion to occur.
Review an affidavit of a Mr. Richard Green.
I did, yes.
And,
Richard Green.
What, if any,
That's the defense guy.
opinions or conclusions do you have as to that affidavit?
I had issues with several of the statements being made as part of the affidavit.
And what issues were those, sir?
Namely, it specified that Cellbrite report identified that the search was conducted at 2:27:40. And as I've explained, I believe the tab took focus at 2:27:40, not when the search occurred. The report mentioned that Cellbrite report identified it was deleted by the user. We don't do that. We'll tell you that a record is deleted, but we don't specify how the record was deleted. That's something for the examiner to determine.
If someone had access to the raw data, again, before it was sent to you, and used that app, they could make selective deletions of the data, couldn't they?
I assume you're talking about opening up the extraction, taking out the particular file and editing it?
I'm sorry, I interrupted you. You're right, Your Honor. I apologize. And I apologize to you. If you could restate your question or answer or give me your full answer.
Okay. So it would be possible with the extraction to take out particular databases, alter them, and put them back into the extraction. But there's something called a hash mechanism that we have in place. that would
Keeps record of everything.
essentially hashes the original data, and then it can be hashed again at a later date. It results in a long string of characters, and if there's any changes to the original data, then we'd see that it's been modified.
Would you agree with me that someone with access to that data and an appropriate application or program could also delete and renumber history.db and knowledge.cso so that it would appear as though there was no break in the numbering, so that it would also appear that nothing was deleted?
No.
It's potentially possible, but would require a large amount of knowledge and skill to do in a way that can't be detected.
And what, if anything, were you able to ascertain or learn from going through Ms. McCabe's phone with reference to what Mr. Green had stated?
Objection.
I'll allow that.
It was mostly incorrect.
And when you say mostly incorrect,
Oh no!
what was
Timestamp.
mostly incorrect?
Timestamp.
So he states that there's a Google search that's done at 2:27 in the morning that immediately stuck out to me because when I went back and looked, that file that was parsed was not from the database that should have showed searches. This came from the session state tabs for Safari, which is a big red flag. It also came from a wall file, which is a dropping ground for where data is put before it's actually put into the main database itself. And then once it reaches a certain point, that data is automatically deleted by the device, not by a user, which Mr. Green had stated that a search was done and then it was purposely deleted.
Chill, just chill, man.
There was also items regarding phone calls being deleted. Again,
But he's
they
probably
came
not
from a wall file. Looking at it, again, it's stored in the knowledge seed, the main database. It's also stored in the biome, showing in the extraction, which is another storage area that Apple is using. Again, nothing. Most of the stuff that I was reading in his report was either incorrectly, written down, or he's interpreted it incorrectly.
Wow.
Now, with regard to the phone calls or the contacts that Mr. Green indicated were user deleted or deleted by the user, what, if any, information did you look in regard to that? What, if any, did you ascertain in regard to that?
Yeah, so he stated that Ms. McCabe had deleted 18 phone calls from the morning after John O'Keefe's body was found. Looking at the data from her call log, those calls, while they do show marked as deleted, again, they come from the wall file and they're also located in two other parts of the database. Again, as a user of an iPhone, you can't go in and just delete these files. They're handled by the operating system. It's impossible.
So as far as, what, if any, opinion do you, well, let me ask you this first. As far as a wall or writing a log file, can you explain that, what you understand that term to mean to the jury as it pertains to these particular items?
Yeah, so as I said, these files are dropping ground. So when you're using your apps, using the phone, it takes that data, puts it into this wall file until you either close the app or you shut down the phone, or it reaches a certain number of data in the phone. That wall file will automatically delete from the phone. So this can be on a first in, first out basis. Again, like I said, it could be when data reaches a certain level, but those calls that are being marked as deleted, Celebrate seeing, it doesn't mean the user deleted them. It just means they're being removed from the wall file.
Conducted that search at or before 2:27 a.m. on January 29th.
There is a very unlikely possibility based on the fact that there is no evidence that the search occurred before that time. That's just like saying that the user searched for pandas at 2:27 a.m. Could you rule that out? I can't rule out something that doesn't exist.
And Detective Tully
He's in on it, so.
instructed you specifically to only look at the part of the phone extraction It dealt with the Safari search history.
Safari search history specific to January 29th, 2020.
And you would agree with me that if you were allowed or instructed to examine the call logs, that could reveal deletion of calls that morning, correct?
Of course. Well,
Okay, the objection is sustained.
Thank you, Mayor.
I mean, if that's what she was there for, to examine the call logs and they didn't give it to her, yes. We're not talking about call logs. We're talking about the search.
Follow up, Mr. Lally?
No, Your Honor, no redirect.
Ms. Hyde, you are all set.
thank you very much.
Shit! They don't have a fucking thing! They don't have nothing! That's it! That's it! They don't
All right, Mr.
have
Lally, your next
shit.
witness.
Yes, Your Honor, the Commonwealth.
They don't have shit! Reaching into the skies, praying to God. Reaching as far as you can reach. That's all you got? That's it?
Commonwealth would call Trooper Joseph Paul to the stand.
Okay.
Oh, no, nothing! Fuck out of here! The biggest thing in the case that they've been holding on to, don't got shit to say? They couldn't cross this woman, just like Tully. I had a feeling. Talking about call logs. Bitch, we ain't talking about call logs. We're talking about the Google search call logs. What? That's what it's smoke and mirrors with these people. Who talked to anybody about no call logs? We here to talk about the Google search, how long it died in the cold. These people got merch, shirts, tattoos and shit. I'm kidding about the tattoos.
Do you have a take on this case so far and the drama that surrounds it?
There's a lot of drama. We've seen one of the detectives, a lieutenant, on the stand getting grilled over inappropriate texts he sent after he had gone through the defendant Karen Reed's phone, making jokes, okay, that were highly inappropriate. That's unfortunate. But does that mean she is innocent? No, it doesn't. So we need to get back on track, get the bus out of the weeds and back in the middle of the road and drive it to a true verdict.
Yeah, you know,
I believe with her statement and the damage done to her tailpipe, to her tail rear light, I believe a jury is going to return a verdict of guilty. But scientists, I have a very hard time believing that Ashley Vallier from the crime lab is part of a big conspiracy to frame Karen Reed. But there are a lot of problems with the state's case. I've never gotten so much hate mail online since I said O.J. Simpson did it. I'm trying to understand what's happening in the courtroom.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Check out Dataseal, hit the like button, subscribe, or consider becoming a membership. I'll see you guys Thursday for the trial, but of course I'll be doing other videos, and make sure you subscribe to Ick and Mel CC because we're doing extra content on there, and you're missing out on just fun, crazy, whatever videos if you're not subbed. Peace. Boop.
Blood count.
Just a little louder, please.
Okay, sure. Down in the emergency room.
Okay, so keep your voice up again, please, doctor, especially at the end of your sentences. Thank you.
Okay, so
Before you do that, doctor, so we might have to turn off the fans, which we don't want to do. I really need you to keep your voice
Damn,
up.
she's really going hard on
the
the guy.
officer over there, so that folks down there can hear you.
Damn.
okay, I can go through the process. The doctor will order. The order was for
All
alcohol.
right, so doctor, I'm sorry. I'm going to stop you. I think part of it is that you're saying so much and your voice is fine, and then it drops, and it's fine, and then it
Okay.
drops. So Paul, can you take your hands off, please?
Wow.
It's important that all the jurors hear everything you say, doctor.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so but speak into the
Okay, I'm
microphone.
going to bring it really close.
All right, this should be better with
and
the
hopefully you can turn it back on when I get better at this. So I'm sorry. Will be put into a bag, and in the emergency room it goes through a chute, and Once that's done,
Excuse me.
it's entered into our system.
Cable shot out that car.
What?
Cable shot with that car.
What?
Capo, bring them dang. Bring them dang.
What?
Cable shot.
Dude, have a good day.
Yeah. Capo, cable, stank. Twisty ones that they round them. They're round the cape with a cool palm pie cow pole on them.
Oh, hello. Nice of you to finally show up. We've been having a meeting regarding several instances within the committee. Now, after thorough investigation, we have come to the conclusion you're involved in the crime and involved in the Karen Reed cover-up, and you must pay the price.
Feeds the brood, darkest midnight, cold and shrewd. So the raven feeds the brood.